these years, you still don't know which one to turn.
200 episodes and
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the We Only Do One Take podcast. It's the only podcast in the world that is a complete shit show. I am Turch, and with me is my co-host, the CEO, the man that has stood by me for probably more than 200 episodes. For 200 episodes of this show, you've been here, Kieran. I think we've both missed one, and here and there, but 200 episodes plus. It's actually more because we did all the.
We've done a few of the extras.
Conspiracy stuff, the extras, some of the live streams. But this is episode number 200. Oh my goodness gracious me. 4 years, 5 years of this show?
4.5 years, maybe? Something like that. Do you know the saying is, if you've already done something, like we've done 200 episodes, poor Jess, we're probably going to do another 200. The rule is, like, if you haven't quit early, then it's just, like, ongoing.
Look, I've also heard the thing of if you're not if you're not succeeding in something after a while, it's okay to start over.
Yeah.
But I'm in this crossroads right now. It's like, do we just quit this show? Or do we just hope for the best and maybe we'll get another viral hit? But we've had some amazing stuff in our 200 episodes. Obviously, I've interviewed a bunch of people, like Maximum Bob. And we've had like big comedians on like Asterios.
I mean, you did try and kill me just before this episode started.
Well, that was more of
you've just fumigated the room.
I'm
to
just
kill
making
a
sure
fly, and then I you had to leave because I was suffocating.
I'm just making sure that you were not an insect. We've done reviewed a whole bunch of other people's podcasts. We've had a bunch of comedians on. We've had a bunch of musicians on. We've talked with really strange people. We've had
the adult baby diaper lover.
I was going to say not only
which also has the most comments on our SoundCloud account.
It's amazing. Yeah. We've reviewed conspiracy theories, and today I think we just do a whole bunch of stuff that really makes our show what it is. And I think one of the biggest parts of our show is
Abbie Chatfield.
Well, we're going to talk about it. I don't have much of the Abbie Chatfield. That's just recently. But I was going to say it's definitely rants, it's news, and then some bit of comedy bits here and there.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
But I think I got to her. So today I've got rants.
Yeah.
I've got news.
Yeah.
I've got conspiracy theories.
Excellent.
I've got stupid videos.
Fantastic.
Videos about fat people.
Excellent.
Videos about women.
And I've got a lot to say about fat people today.
Well, do you want to kick us off? Do you have a rant?
I do have a fucking rant.
Go for it, buddy.
Turch, last week I came onto this house and refused your alcohol.
On this house?
Well, you live in a tiny house. Hey, by the way, 200 episodes.
Yes.
And you haven't grown at all.
I'm actually shrinking.
Yeah.
At this point in time. I've grown. You know what I have grown? I've grown my wealth and my family. That's two very good things.
Well
and my
done.
friendship with you, my good sir. Who needs height when you got feathers,
No, I do have a rant. I've been on this diet. Lost 2.4 kilos in 8 days.
Yeah,
So fucking amazed with that. But holy fucking shit. 2 of those 8 days were unbearable. Torture.
Yeah.
Unfucking
Did you make a hard cut between pre-diet and diet?
Yeah, I've just gone all in.
Yeah.
And I think it's like the sugar withdrawals.
Yes.
I don't actually think it's the diet itself. It's just, it's very healthy. And there's like no sugar.
Yeah. It's like, I remember doing keto. Remember we did the weight loss competition, another thing we did back in the day. And we both lost a shit ton of weight because I think we were pitted against each other. We were very like, I'm feeling like I'm going to throw up because I've got a massive migraine. I'm still going to go for a run today.
Yeah.
But I was doing the keto and that swapped to sugar like those 3 days or 5 days was like killer. But I lost a shit ton of weight. So I was pretty happy. I was pretty fit and healthy and all that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's amazing. But what's your rant about? So you've been
my rant is just how fucking, like, terrible I felt on those 2. Those 2 days were just, like, absolute torture.
Yeah.
Just unbearable.
I've actually got a video about fat people or people talking about food.
Uh-huh.
And so there's going to be lots of topics today that I've probably got a video about, which is really exciting. I've got this video.
Uh-huh.
About... So... what would you consider a good food?
Like a like a healthy food.
Like what? Like broccoli, fruit, veg, meat.
I would consider, I would probably say a good meal rather than a good food because, I don't know, like chicken with a bunch of salady stuff mixed together probably makes a nice meal.
Yeah, but there's on the hierarchy things like...
I fucking love steak.
Yeah, I know.
Steak is like,
king. Yeah.
King.
And then what would you say is like a bad food? Like a bad food for you? Like a donuts?
Yeah, but donuts, but I fucking love donuts.
I'm not saying... But it's like... You have that in smaller portions. Like the food... Not that the food pyramid is very good, but you sort of try to stick to it just to... As a basic fundamental of understanding.
And probably, chips.
Yeah.
Bad. Yeah.
Okay. So
anything in the deep fryer, bad.
I would say that's probably a good call. So let's have a look. But there's actually people out there that don't think that's the case.
Oh, really?
And I'm going to say that they're of a certain size. And even of a certain gender. We're going to go ahead now. Look at this video here.
I got us donuts. Those are so bad for you. Oh no, are they moldy? I mean, are they poisoned? Are you allergic? No, I'm just saying. You're judging my food choices based on a false standard of health again, aren't you? Guilty.
So, you saw the video. A little bit anyway.
No, look, I have, it is fucking fat and unhealthy.
Yes.
And I don't care what you say. To motivate me, Turch.
Yeah.
All right. These are the things that I've been doing to keep myself successful.
Yes.
I have the first 7 days been very fucking strict.
Yes.
I realized I can probably enjoy myself a little bit more, which is nice. But very fucking strict. So I've been going, oh my God, I actually had to weigh a kilo to be oh my God, that's how much I've lost.
Yes, yeah.
And then when I got to 2 kilos, I was like, oh my God,
that's how much I've lost.
That's how much I've lost.
Yes.
So I've had to do that. But then also when I've had these moments of weakness, I've been going, all right, literally reading up on why being obese or fat is unhealthy for you.
Yeah.
And it's really fucking bad.
Well, it's obviously really bad. But what they're trying to talk about in this video is the fact that there are good foods and bad foods. But they're going, no, it's all neutral. Food is neutral. So let's see what else this one here.
But she's saying, but then that video she was saying in my food choices, Turch, I could eat a donut and you could say to me, that's a bad food. And I would go, yeah, it is. Yeah. Fuck you. Yeah. I'm going to eat my donut.
I know, but I think they're trying to go, no. There's no bad food unless it's poison for you. It's yeah, but it's not poison as in an acid, you're drinking bleach. It's poison because if you eat a lot of, if you eat just broccoli, you're not going to die.
No.
But if you eat just donuts, I guarantee you're going to die.
Yeah.
Even in enormous quantities of apples.
And
or spinach, you're not going to die.
You're not going to die, no. You're not going to die. And it's an interesting, I'm not going to judge other people for what they eat. But in general, these people put it out on YouTube. So we get to make fun of them.
That's right.
We get, and they can make fun of us. And it's all roundabouts and roses and whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're gonna fucking die.
Yeah.
And I've also realized if I'm gonna go on a diet and lose weight, I can't fucking eat it.
That's right. It's very true. Oh, you want to keep going?
Yeah.
It's pretty great. So she's going here.
Diet culture, fat phobia, and systems of oppression have created false hierarchies of food, and it shows up everywhere.
So systems of oppression, fat phobia have created the hierarchy of food.
I remember the fucking food pyramid, and there is a hierarchy of food.
There is.
Don't eat that much.
I was going to say that's the same hierarchy of food for even Bill Gates. And he's the richest. It's the same for Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk.
Everyone has the same fucking food pyramid.
It's the same understanding. Black, white, African. Elon Musk is South African. He's African. White as he is, everyone's got the same food pyramid.
He's from South Africa. Diplomatic community.
Here we go. For instance,
harmful thought patterns like earning food through exercising, or that dessert is the reward for the punishment of eating vegetables.
Okay, when you were a kid.
Oh yeah, you have to fucking the vegetables are punishment.
That's right. But as you become an adult, I never looked at vegetables and go, oh, that's a punishment. It's no, that's just good for me. It makes me feel good.
I just make the vegetables work for me, so they're delicious.
You know what? I can just go with steamed veg, like steamed broccoli and carrot forever. I just love them so much.
And yes, I fucking exercise to earn my fucking dessert.
Yeah. but you do everything to earn something else. That's so stupid. Here we go. Remember that you do not need to earn food.
Remember that you do not need to earn food.
We are all incorrectly taught from a young age.
I mean, how can you take this woman seriously? Savage ex-fatty. That, here we go. What we learn from our young age about our size. Here we go.
Incorrectly taught from a young age that our size, and therefore the foods that we eat, are markers of our self-worth. Moralizing food...
No, we're just trying... Everyone is worried about your health.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a reflection on you that if you can't even keep yourself healthy, why would you be able to do other things?
Yeah.
So it's not, we're not, what is it, like, what did she say here? Markers of our self-worth. It kind of is. Because if you can take care, you can be the greatest person in the world, but you don't take care of yourself. Well, if you take care of yourself, we're going to look at you and go, oh, look, you've got that part of your life down as well.
The reason why people have self-worth is because they've got discipline.
That's right.
They get up in the morning, they brush their... Hey, Turch, do you know what? Brushing your teeth is you shouldn't do that.
You don't have to have a shower.
Yeah, because it's markers of whatever self-worth. No, fucking getting up and brushing your teeth and having a shower are fucking important.
Important things. Here we go.
Worth. Moralizing food can lead to harmful relationships with food and disordered eating.
Instead of focusing on good and bad choices, try to approach food with neutrality in mind.
The only foods that are bad for you are foods that contain allergens, poisons, and contaminants, or food that is spoiled or is otherwise inedible.
So contaminants and all of that kind of stuff is like fast food.
Yes,
and processed
so stay away from that. That's bad. You just specifically stated that now. And a poison, I would say sugar is almost a poison. Alcohol's a poison. A lot of things that what you've said in that generalized statement, you've now gone, those are all bad.
So basically, you have to be vegan.
No, meat's good, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. But so they basically said eat vegetables and meat because the rest of it has poisonous contaminants in it. So they've now more gone, don't look at food good and bad, but these foods are bad. What do you mean? Yeah, we all agree on that.
Eat without guilt, regardless of what society says.
Smarter in second.
There you go. So eat without guilt, but don't eat the bad foods.
Don't eat the bad, yeah.
Okay. Very good. I thought you'd like that video
That's
there.
fucking...
Do you want to see some videos? Some other videos? I've got a lot of videos here.
I'm looking forward to the videos, but I want to hear your rants.
Oh, well, that leads it into...
Or rants.
Kieran.
Yeah.
I saw... I'm on the social media every so often. I like a little bit of politics.
Oh, yeah.
And I just sold my investment property.
Uh-huh. What did Joe Biden do?
Well, we can... do you want to see what Joe Biden did? No, I've got some Australian stuff, and I've got a Joe Biden.
No. Tell me your rant.
Tell me Joe Biden clip. Look at this one here.
All right.
This one here. This is amazing. Joe Biden is with Elton John, and listen to this Freudian slip.
All right.
By the way, it's all his fault that we're spending $6 billion in taxpayer money this month to help fight AIDS.
Look at his face. It's all your fault. He's like, what the fuck did I do?
One more. It's so good.
By the way, it's all his fault that we're spending $6 billion in taxpayer money this month to help fight HIV.
To help AIDS? Oh, this guy, man. This guy is amazing. I'm on social media every so often. I like to look at things, and recently, this is something that just popped up someone else liked.
Yeah.
And it's from, this is the real...
Oh my god, this is from the Australian Green Memes for actually progressive teens.
So you can see where the intellect level is, pretty low. And so this person here states, damn, got caught in a scam sharing so others are aware.
Okay. So I already feel like, I haven't read the rest of this, but I already feel like this is like one of these things, like if you share it with 17 friends.
Yeah.
And
your mother won't die. Or your mother will
you
die.
smell your farts and your mother won't die. Yeah.
I've been spending most of my money on a flat to live in. Turns out the guy I've been paying got a loan to buy the flat. And I've been paying off the loan and giving him extra, and he gets to keep the flat. Fuming.
Well, that's sort of how it fucking works.
So, obviously they're talking about being a landlord, which is always an important thing. Now, I was a landlord for a while.
Now, let me just... I just want to ask you a couple of questions, Turch, just to make sure I've got this right. You have got a job, right? You've had a job for many years.
10 years.
Okay.
Full-time 10 years after before I was
and in that job, they've given you money.
Yes, on a consistent basis. In fact, I'm worth so much.
Would we say fortnightly? They've given you money fortnightly?
Fortnightly, consistently.
And have you put some of that money away in a bank account?
Well, especially as over time, I've earned more and more money. And I'm able to save.
You've saved that money.
More and more money, yes.
And then with that money that you've saved, have you then gone to the bank and said, I would like to take out a loan for
because
property?
I wanted to purchase an investment property because I had funds
that you saved.
Substantial amount of funds.
Just checking, you worked full time.
Yes,
full time. Yeah, and you got up each morning and had a shower and brushed your teeth.
And went into work. Yes.
Yeah.
Despite the fact that no one else showers on the train.
Okay, so even though you're getting up maybe at 6 a.m. in the morning each day, getting on a train. Yeah, and showering and bathing. And using soap, okay.
I was doing the whole rigmarole, but
you looked presentable when you went into work, yes. And Turch, did you start off at the bottom in the organisation?
I did actually.
Oh, you did, and did you manage to
work my way up until
show work ethic
into a senior position where I'm very respected with my colleagues and peers?
And that's taken a decade to get to the senior. Nearly a decade, yeah.
But you know what? I was a couple of years into. I was living at home, so saving as much money as I possibly could. And when I saved enough, I had enough of a deposit. That the banks, with how much I was earning, the banks would lend me enough money. The rest of the amount, because they needed to show with investment properties, you need to provide 20% deposit.
20% deposit, yeah.
You know, so you need to give that. The banks go, yeah, we're comfortable enough with you buying this property because the property's worth what it is. But you're investing straight away 20%. And we'll loan you the money. At a reasonable rate. For you to pay us back. In fact, it's actually a higher rate.
So the bank's given you 80% of this mortgage, but you have to pay that money back to the bank plus interest.
Oh, yes. And it's actually for a investment loan. For an investment property, it's about 1% more than a regular home loan you're living in.
And let me just so I'm clear, there's a couple of I'm just not quite clear yet, and I just need to make sure I've got this right, Turch. So, and if you couldn't pay that loan back, the bank goes after your tenants, don't they, Turch?
No. So the bank would probably just take the house and sell the house.
Oh, right.
And they would just own.
Yeah.
And I would lose everything.
Yeah. And you would have a bad sort of record, and then it would be would it be difficult for you to get another loan?
It would probably be impossible unless I had like 50% of another valued property.
So the bank sort of said, you're fiscally responsible, you're a good man, you've saved, you've worked hard, we're willing to give you basically a shit ton of money, but you're promising to pay us back, but we are going to charge you interest.
Oh,
okay. Now, when you had people living in your investment property, were they were you making any money or were you losing money?
Well, it was only up until the latest financial year, which is this one here, that I actually made.
Okay, so other people were living in your house. That you have taken this risk.
Yes.
They're paying you money, but it's not enough to cover the bank. Is that sorry?
As a cash flow thing, that sort of side of things, I was losing money. I was probably losing about $3,000 to $5,000 a year. But when it came to asset value growth, I was making money.
You were making money.
But that's only realized, that's only capitalized
when you sell.
When I sell, which I just did.
Yeah.
And I've made that money all back.
But
more.
While over those years, you had to sort of make up that 3,000 to 5,000 difference.
Easy. Yeah. Because the tenants wouldn't have to pay things like rent, or they wouldn't have to pay like rates. They wouldn't have to pay for any repairs at the property.
Yeah, because that's not their resposibility. That's your responsibility.
Because
it's your asset.
Access to access to water. Just for the water that they used and the electricity that they used. They wanted certain things like fans in the bedrooms, and I installed that sort of thing. So when things broke, like the front door needed some fixing, the fence needed fixing, the dishwasher needed fixing. Those were at my expense,
your expense,
not theirs.
And so just so I'm clear, it's so maybe eventually you might have been able to, if you held that property for 20 years, maybe you'd be able to make some money from it.
Oh, yeah. There would be a point in time where the rent, because I would have I've had the property for 8 years, and I've paid a little bit more here and there all the time, that the rent, how much the rent would be, because,
So I just want to make sure that you've provided
a service.
A service.
Yeah, I'm like a
to
service
someone who can't yet afford a home loan.
Yeah.
To live in.
That's right.
Even though it's costing you money.
Yeah.
That is, I think this person, after I've asked all those questions, I'm with the person of the tweet.
Yeah, I thought you might be. I thought you might be, because, that's just logical sense. I don't understand how people...
I'm with the person who's not having the shower or brushing or bath or brushing their teeth.
I really don't understand that these people that... yes, if there are people that are landlords as jobs, but they've paid off the home loan, and they're living off those. That's their cash flow, and it is a job because it was once not their job, and it's now become their job.
It's very easy because it's amazing if you provide value to society. You actually get a thing called money.
So there's It's amazing. So the SBS have a comedy troupe, and they've got these YouTube videos, and they are the worst comedy troupe I've ever seen in my life. And they just did one about landlords. I thought we'd share that.
All right, excellent.
Okay, I know it's a little bit naughty, but I think we should order the fancy pizza and have it delivered tonight.
Oh, that's such a sweet idea.
So the video is called Finding Out Your Friend is a Landlord. And it's comedy because they put comedy in the top right-hand corner where they're pointing out.
Just rather stick to Domino's because I'm tightening my belt in case the government introduces this rental freeze thing.
What do you mean? A rental freeze would be amazing for us.
Oh, no, not for me. Just because of my property up the coast, it would be really hard for me. I'd be really stressed.
Your what?
Yeah, it's my little investment shack. Well, it's like 3 bedrooms, but it's really rustic. But it's in a Scandi way, and it's also coastal. Have I not shown you?
No, I had no idea you bought a property.
I just thought it was time, And like 2 years ago, property prices were like randomly really down.
Because of COVID?
Yeah, sure. And people were like...
doing really badly.
Exactly. So yeah, my parents helped me out because they were like, wow, that's a really smart move.
So if you own a place, why don't you live there?
Are you kidding? Because I freaking love doing the roomie thing, okay? What, living on a shoestring, happy hour drinks, movie night, splitting the bill?
You do love that.
It's just fair. You should think about getting your own place though. It kind of like pays for itself just because it's tenanted. Like people pay you to live in your house that you have.
No, I know how paying rent to a landlord works.
True. Yeah, it's how my parents made their money. Like they have this one and...
What?
Oh, my parents own this place.
Wait, so when we talk about our landlord, Cheap Pete, who won't fix the stove and makes us pay for water, that is your dad.
Cheap Pete is my dad.
Cheap Pete, who we hate.
Cheap Pete, yeah, we hate him. He's so slack. But I'm pretty worried for him if this rental freeze comes in. Like, I actually don't know what he's going to do.
Yeah.
That's not too bad.
It's pretty bad because they're trying to make fun of what a landlord is.
Yeah.
And the rental freeze. And the rental freeze actually does have... It's like when renters go, interest rates going up doesn't affect me. And then 3 months later, they go, why is my rent going up? It's like, well, because there's a flow-on effect. It's like, oh, we can't get supplies in, so, you know, when lettuce, like, we had no supply, so lettuce was worth $10 each. Why are they $10? Why does that affect me? Well, if you want lettuce...
What's really interesting, and I've become more and more conservative since I've known you, Turch.
I'm a bad influence.
I'm more and more inclined for the government to stay out of the market because, yes, if lettuce is costing $10, what tends to happen? More people produce lettuce.
Yeah. Or and then demand goes down.
Yeah.
And then the price normalizes again. Here's an interesting one for you. Other than people not understanding how the rental market works and the property market works, but I just hate people that don't understand what being a landlord actually means or how you even get the loans or anything like that. They should go to a bank and try. Mm-hmm. That's not bad. But monopolies sometimes are okay.
Agree. Google.
And well, they're not really a monopoly, but they are. But
Google is such a monopoly.
It is. But because there will become a price point in any monopoly that if they raise the price any more, they won't sell any of the product, no matter how much people need it. Mm-hmm. So sometimes monopolies have to keep prices so low so more people can just access it. Amazon's a great example. It's like, well, we just keep our prices as low as possible.
Costco.
Yeah, as low as... how can a roast chicken... A whole roast chook costs like $6 or $7.
Well, if you actually were to do that whole roast chook your own, that's about a $1,500 roast chook.
Yeah.
By the time when you think about it, you got to pay for the car. You then got to get the chickens, and then you got to have built the hens, and then they've got to. But you know
what? Even if you go to a butcher and buy a whole roast chook without even cooking it, it's going to be $12.
Uh-huh.
But Costco can do it for $8. Cooked, ready to go. How is that possible? Well, they've got the scale. They've got they're already paying for the electricity, so putting some things in the oven doesn't cost
unit
that much.
Of economics.
Yeah, exactly right. And it's the same for all these people that don't understand what being a landlord is. You still need to be you can't just go to a bank and go, oh, give me this money because I'm buying this rental property and it'll pay for itself. The bank goes, yeah, that's great. We understand that. But there might be a time where it might be untenanted for 3 months. Can you pay for that? Oh, no, I can't. Well, you're not going to get the money.
Plus, I feel like most people that rent are just shit people.
Yeah. Well, you rent.
And that's right. I feel like I'm a shit person.
Okay, here's one for... So this is in my suite of people not understanding economics. Now, Kieran, have you ever thought to yourself, wouldn't it be great to have more money?
Oh, yeah.
And what are some ideas that you've come up with in your time here on Earth that goes, this is how I'm going to get more money? We talked about creating value by getting a better job, educating yourself, and stuff. But how else would you retain wealth?
Just not spend it.
Oh, that's a good one. Okay,
yeah.
Here's this woman here. I've got this woman here who's going to help you out.
Because wealth is basically money you don't spend.
Retained wealth.
Yeah.
Retained earnings. Yeah. Here we go. So this woman's going to help you and other women. This is a new concept.
Right. Okay.
Right, for women anyway.
Yeah.
About how to stay wealthy.
Okay.
This is a money tip that has saved me hundreds of dollars.
Hundreds of dollars, which is a good start. This tip is saved.
And I love getting my financial advice of someone who looks 12.
I know, right? But this person here saved hundreds of dollars.
Yeah.
Very good. Yeah. I'm in. I'm all about saving a buck.
Mm-hmm.
This goes like this. How about this? If you don't buy the shirt, you can have $20 right now. Are you serious? Totally up to you. Would you rather have the shirt or the $20? Yeah, I'll take the money. Check your hand. This was already mine, and now you get to keep it. Anytime you go to buy something, think if you'd rather have the cash it would cost or the item. Should tell you if it's worth it.
Isn't that amazing? So someone's like, I'm going to give you financial advice. Have a think about this. When you see something that you want, really think, would you rather have the money or would you rather have the thing in your hand? And if you'd rather have the money, don't buy the thing.
Yeah.
Have you ever... there's an ad that's currently on TV. It's a bank ad. And it's the mum...
Oh, Turch, sorry. Have you tried spending money?
Have you tried spending money? Yeah. Oh, look, I'm not the US government. I'm not spending $11 billion for each third world country for climate change. Have you heard about that?
No.
Oh, Joe Biden came out with a $369 billion bill, and it's to help climate change. And there's going to be a whole bunch of third world countries getting $11 billion to help climate change. And
no offense to these third world countries, but they're mostly corrupt.
I was going to say, okay, so they're all buying $11 billion of guns. That's what's happening right now. Good, well done, Joe Biden, right? Yes, it's a solar panel gun.
Sorry, I'm just thinking of like that episode in Simpsons. It's like, now hand back the $1 trillion.
What bill? Exactly right. And here's a question for you, Kieran. Would you rather give $11 billion to a country for climate change, any country, or would you rather spend $11 billion at shooting lasers at asteroids?
Lasers at asteroids.
Asteroids every day of the week.
Yeah. And sending rockets into asteroids.
Yeah, me too. I'm into that.
Yeah,
I'm into that. Smash that shit up. I'm very... You got some news for us, Kieran?
Oh, Turch. What a week it's been.
I told you I had lots of videos and fun stuff this time.
Geelong won.
The grand final?
Yeah.
What a... not a Geelong fan. Beat Collingwood. So did Sydney. But, should have been a Freo Collingwood grand final.
It should have been a Freo Collingwood.
And it should have been a draw.
Yeah. Well, no, they play extra time now.
I know.
We don't get that. 2 gunmen steal truck from men trying to find wallet taken by kids during basketball game in Detroit.
Whoa, there's so much happening in there. So 2
gunmen steal a truck from men who were trying to find a wallet which were taken by kids.
So kids stole these 2 guys' wallets. Yeah. They're looking around for it, and their 2 gunmen steal their truck.
Yeah.
So they've lost the wallets and trucks. Amazing.
Which would be hilarious if the wallet was in the truck.
Yeah, and then they've lost everything.
Well, they would have lost
the same position anyway.
2 men stole a pickup truck at gunpoint from a man who was trying to find a wallet that had been taken by children during a basketball game. 2 gentlemen are accused of carjacking. The officials said the 2 men were playing basketball with a boy around 7:50 p.m. and then a person came to this person playing basketball. This kid came over and basically stole the man's wallet.
Yeah,
courtside. The men chased the group of children, and while that was happening, these 2 people with guns came in and stole the man's truck.
Imagine if the wallet kids and the gun guys...
The wallet inspector.
They're in cahoots. They're like, I'll steal the wallet. They'll keep looking for it. You steal their truck. And together...
probably. It was in Detroit. Gangs and all of that. Yeah.
That's true. A certain demographic of... of people,
Do you put your wallet down? Like, generally when you're out, do you keep it in your pocket or do you take it out and put it...
Nah, when I'm at home, like it's sitting up there now. At my parents' house, I'll take it out and put it somewhere, but only those places there. Everywhere else, it's always in my pocket.
Mm-hmm.
Except for rehearsal. I'll take it out in rehearsal and put it in my guitar case.
Yeah.
Just in case.
Well, that's good, because I've got no idea where my wallet is right now.
Oh, that's good.
It's in the house.
Give it a call.
It's in the... Yeah.
That's pretty good. Okay, Kieran, are you ready for a couple of things that this is going to be a story, into fun, into conspiracy, and then I'm going to go into a second conspiracy.
Excellent.
Have you seen this? And on the Ontario transgender teacher sparks controversy because she wore giant prosthetic breasts into class. So this teacher was a man, transitioned into a woman, and has started wearing... So this shop teacher, so like woodworking class, metal class, man is now wearing giant prosthetic breasts. Now, think of how big as breasts you could think of, right? And have you seen this photo yet?
I've seen the photo, yeah.
It's amazing. Look at that guy.
They are huge.
They are amazing.
No woman has breasts that size.
But they should. I mean, someone was saying like their Z thing. But here is the great part about this. Do you remember?
Sorry, they just look like this fucking balloons blown up.
But she's not even really trying. Like it's a bit of lipstick and obviously a wig.
Hang on, they won't know that I'm a guy dressed as a girl. I'll put giant boobs.
It's the visible nipples that kill it for me. Like those nipples are so protruding. It's like a 90s sitcom.
Oh, dude, my grade 5 teacher.
Yeah.
I just remember she had decent breasts, but her nipples were always like
protruding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just us as kids, as like male, prepubescent boys, I was just like, oh my God.
I just like Friends is on TV like in the background when I'm cooking and stuff, and what's her name? Jennifer Aniston's nips are always out, and I'm like, that's why men watch the show. So here we go. So this is into the conspiracy theory. One, I think it's fantastic what they're doing. Transgender people should assimilate by wearing the biggest knockers that they can. They should go overboard. I'm in with that. This is the conspiracy.
Doesn't matter who it's on. Men like tits. Got it.
Exactly right. And you've only got to get men to be approving of something. Like gay men like gays and men like gays because they're not going to,
sleep with their woman.
Exactly right. So you're safe. That's why we got the gay bill passed. And we're into lesbians. I mean, it's fine.
It's all good, yeah.
So this is the conspiracy theory. I don't know if it's true, but this is the theory. And so this person he posted on 4chan, which you all know could be whatever, but has said, this dude is gaming the system. And an anonymous here, yesterday, I was in his class, or in their class. This teacher was almost fired for toxic masculinity the previous year, as well as not embracing woke culture. He'll drop red pills in class, like how it's a silly gender-neutral bathrooms are and all that sort of stuff. And the school board hates him. But now, he's like, stuff it, swap it around. He's upping the ante to exploit the very clown world school system and society's created. His long game is to most likely get fired and then sue for discrimination. There's no other explanation, no way to better troll the clown world to become the over-the-top caricature of a woman. So...
Yeah, with knockers like that. Yeah.
This is what
that makes so much fucking sense now.
So I'm just thinking this guy's like I don't want to deal with this bullshit. He's a shop teacher. He's probably like an old carpenter that's just
because also looking at the photo, as a person who, if they were transgender, I'm still not buying the feminism.
No,
the
that's
femininity.
Right. That's right. So this guy's this guy to woman now. We'll go woman has gone. Used to be a man and used to be like, no.
What he's done
is
he's realised that the women's bathroom is a much more enjoyable experience, and has gone. You know what? I will transition.
So I told this to Jess, and I thought I'd get her opinion on it. She's like, "Isn't this just the plot of that of that episode of South Park with Mr. Garrison?" And he's trying to get fired for being gay and brings in Mr. Slave and shoving Lemmy Winks the hamster. And everyone's like, whoa, so brave. And he's like, no, you guys, this is like not right. You shouldn't be doing this in front of kids. I think that's where we're at for this one here. I hope it is. I hope this is like the biggest troll ever and everyone's just like, oh, that's what could happen. And that becomes like the norm,
it's fascinating. You see this shit happening in America, in Canada, and I go, is Australia just immune to it, or are we like a decade behind?
I just think it's just not as visible for us.
Right.
I think for us,
we've got that tall poppy syndrome, so that pushes a lot of people down. No, don't stand out, otherwise you get cut off.
I think we see these stuff in those countries, and they go, we're pushing the Overton window with that sort of stuff, and we're just like, I don't know, it doesn't seem.
Look, we've got good beaches. Fuck you.
It's a good beach tax. It's like, okay, don't have to deal with that. It's fine, but we have to. So, next conspiracy theory. What do you know about pandas?
Not much, but what I do know, is that they secretly run Ukraine.
I wouldn't be surprised.
And America wants to get rid of the pandas from Ukraine, but decided they'll trick Russia into creating a war, which is now removing the pandas.
Could be right. I've gone in a different direction. So there's been the things going around that pandas are not real. Now, I got some evidence. I've been collecting some. I've been reading about pandas. So like, they're fake. I watched a video too, and I'm collecting some evidence. And tell me if this sounds a bit sus. This is like the more you read about it, the more like, wait a sec, what do you mean? That doesn't sound right.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Right? And this is the same thing, like the Helen Keller, like the deaf, blind.
Yeah.
And okay, so where are pandas from?
Pandas are from Panda Island,
Also known as
China.
They're in China. Exactly right. And China has
A leader that's a panda.
It's pretty much it's been basically 500 million to 1 billion people. They've been a majority of the world, of the population.
Yeah.
Basically forever.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And they've had writing for 1,000 years.
Mm-hmm.
You know what they have no records of?
Pandas.
Nothing. Do you know who discovered the panda as an animal?
So...
A French traveler, French researcher, went to China in the 1850s or so. Or sorry, 1880s. Went there, found this panda, killed it, brought back its fur, and went up to the Chinese science people and were like, hey, what is this? And the Chinese went, I don't know. Now,
I see.
Now, this is like a national pride animal, and they've only really known about it for like 140 years.
Well, these things take time.
Take time.
Yeah.
So, a whole country, billion people, couldn't spot their national animal for majority of the time the country was a country.
Yeah, well...
Not even talked about. It's not even like in books. No other country who ever went through there ever found it, but this French guy went in there and found
Turch,
it.
Sorry. I do know the answer to this. It's a conspiracy from the American government.
Right.
Had gone to China in the Opium War and... drugged everyone so they couldn't,
Okay, here's the next.
See the pandas.
Here's the next one.
Yeah.
So they found like only one panda, and it was a fully grown adult.
Yeah.
And then they keep searching, and the first time so this is the 1880s.
Mm-hmm.
The first time they find an actual panda cub is 1916. This is nearly 40 years after they find the first panda. Is the first time they actually find a panda cub. And you know what? It wasn't founded by random. It was specifically a zoologist. Someone who specializes in animals. Finding
the
panda.
The panda, right?
That's very sus.
Mm.
Okay, so then nothing happens for a while. And then China go, well, we control all the pandas in the world now. And if you want one of our pandas, you have to loan it from us for your zoo. So because of that, there are only 26 zoos in the whole world, outside of China, that actually have a panda.
Yes. Okay.
Very sus. And since then...
So pandas are not real, is that what we're saying?
That's what we're saying here.
Yeah.
Well, they So they give them these pandas, and no pandas outside of China have ever been bred in captivity.
Right. This is this is very, 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 very sus.
So I don't know what China have done. I think maybe they've come up with this thing. They've painted a bear and neutered them and sent them out. But the panda might just be this fake thing that they've sent.
It's probably a bunch of cats taped together. Yeah.
So that's my conspiracy theory about the old panda bear there. I thought you'd like that one.
Oh, I do like that one.
The more you research into it,
raises a lot of questions that need answers.
This, the more you research into it, the weirder it sort of gets. But those are the highlights for me of the points that are interesting.
I mean, we knew fucking dinosaurs existed.
Yes! That's what I mean! We can put together a beast that's like 200 million years old, and we've found multiple of them, and we have written records of it when we found them, and how to discover it. But pandas, in a country that is known for pandas, that's like going in Australia, and then in 2022 going, what is this?
Oh, it's a kangaroo.
We've never seen this before. What? And then only finding a Joey in the 1960s.
Yeah.
It's like, what do you mean? What's the pouch for?
I agree. Australia needs to export more kangaroo.
Oh, we do in meat form.
Delicious.
You got some more news for us?
I do have some more news. Turch, the space race has started again.
Yes.
And scientists have said sex in space will look like nothing we've ever seen before.
I'm pretty sure I'm going to know what it looks like.
Elon Musk is drafting his exit plan: 1 million people on Mars by 2050.
Yeah.
And his son are exploring the feasibility of space colonization by humans. Scientists are trying to figure out how to harvest water on the moon, so that's important to drink and grow rocket fuel. But more importantly, how are we going to bang in space?
Well, look, as a person that's curious in science and fit and obviously fertile because I'm just about to have a baby, I am willing to sacrifice myself for $1 million a year to go up to space for 2 months.
Yep. Well, the vacuum of space could cause a problem. Also, the lack of gravity.
I don't think the gravity is going to cause too much issues because planets like the moon still has gravity; it just has less gravity than Earth. Like it's 1/10 or 1/5 or something, whatever it is. Just less.
Well, I think sounds like Turch. You need to go into the field of space sexology.
Space sexology.
Space sexology.
Yeah, okay.
Which is the study to seriously understand and explore how sex in space is supposed to work. Low gravity, or even a complete lack thereof, will make it a challenge to hold on to each other and stay close. The small confines of a spacecraft might foster intimacy between people, or drive them apart to where they can't stand each other.
So it could be one or the other. You could either live together or you could divorce.
Yeah.
So this is where I think there's a missed opportunity here. I think I've got the problem. If they're saying like, oh, you might float
apparently, officially, by the way, no sex has occurred in space.
Okay. There's
even though 600 men and women have gone to space.
There's a missed opportunity here. Okay. So you've got a whole bunch of people in space and they're trying to bang and the gravity is making them flip-flop around. This is when you call up the people who are really into BDSM and tying people down. And like, those weird chairs and stuff like that and go, okay, show us what you do.
Yeah.
How can we apply this into space?
Well, they're concerned about children because the radiation and the microgravity could foster negative effects for a fetus, birth defects, or loss of life.
That makes sense. Radiation is a big thing. You
So,
don't want to get that
so
new baby.
BDSM, yes.
Yes.
And tying down, yes. But then the radiation could be the problem.
But isn't it the whole point? Like, they've built the space station.
I think we need to do some serious science experiments.
You know what we're going to do? We're going to go under the water. We're going to stop trying to go into space, and we're going to try to live under the water. You know what Hampshire is? The guy's trying to build underwater modules for hamsters.
I thought there was a guy that's already done that.
Yeah,
like, lived underwater.
Yeah, he's doing it.
Yeah.
He's doing it with hamsters. Really cool stuff.
Yes.
Kieran.
Yeah.
I love climate change activists.
Oh, me too.
And this 16-year-old girl has been mocked on a live radio chat.
Okay.
For this ironic admission.
Is this Kath Larkin?
It is not Kath Larkin, but I wish it's pretty funny either way. I wish it was Kath Larkin being funny. But the mum's angry. But it doesn't matter. So this woman, a 16-year-old woman, New Zealand, her name is Izzy Cook, from the schools strike for climate and was speaking to this radio station. And the radio station asked her something, and the big thing that they're trying to stop is private jets flying to Fiji recently for some reason.
Right.
Let's have a listen to the phone call,
let's
the
do
radio, the chat.
I want to hear it.
For example.
So we would have to apply to have like approved events to be able to fly for.
Well, that's one thing that you could look at doing.
Am I allowed to go to Fiji? Is that necessary?
In the current climate crisis, I don't think that that's necessary.
When was the last time you were on a plane?
I'm not sure. Maybe a few months ago, to be honest.
Where'd you go?
Fiji.
Izzy! Izzy! Don't you care about the climate, Izzy?
Of course I care about the climate.
Not enough. You went to... You went to Fiji. Izzy, come on, mate. Are you serious? Are you serious, Izzy?
Well, it's pretty ironic.
Still there?
It is pretty ironic, but to be honest, it's not really a trip that I wanted to go on, but I can't really get out of it.
Why'd you go? Why'd you go?
My parents wanted to go.
Izzy!
I didn't want to go.
How are you embarrassed that your parents did that to the planet and then forced you to do it as well?
Of course I'm not embarrassed.
Did you have a terrible time?
Not really. I didn't have to
Izzy, I'm sorry. Mate, listen, you're such a champion. I think you've got a brilliant future ahead of you.
I want to get these radio presenters on our show.
Amazing.
The one thing I don't like about that, Turch, and
it didn't happen on our show.
this is this is very fucking serious. The climate's a very serious issue.
Oh,
Turch.
yeah.
Please take it.
I
Please
am.
take me fucking seriously right now.
Okay.
I'm going to be very serious at the moment.
You know who's going to save the climate?
No,
Landlords.
Just shut the fuck up for a second. Shut the fuck up.
They're going to save the pandas. They're giant tits.
No, what I don't like is that New Zealanders also use the word mate. That is an Australian word.
Yep, yeah.
How dare they use our word?
That's true. Actually, that is the worst part of that. That's the most offensive thing about that.
I was offended massively.
pretty bad.
That is no, good on her. Good on Izzy for trying to, figure it out. And there were protests.
In New Zealand.
I'm totally with that shock jock. Just like.
I don't even think it was a shock job. I think they just got.
I don't know.
They
The radio
just wanted
presenter
someone on the from the march because it was school kids.
Yeah,
that's the big thing. It was school kids marching for climate change.
But
so
can't
they all
travel
left school, which is great. Leave school. Who gives a fuck?
But this is the whole thing with the recent climate change accords or whatever we had around the world. Whatever country, if Australia exports coal, it's not our problem to worry about. It's the country that burns them.
Yeah.
It worries about it.
Yeah. If we sell all that coal and we build renewable energy with it, isn't that a great thing?
It is a great thing.
Yeah.
We can't shut down.
I've said this before on the podcast.
And it's the airline. Sorry, it's Boeing and Airbus that have made airplanes more fuel efficient.
Oh, yeah. Amazing.
Not the government.
No, that's right. What's it called? I've said this on the show before, and I'll say it again. If you say that you can't use coal or oil, this and that, you are stopping third world countries from becoming developed nations.
Oh, so you know what the worst thing is at the moment? Europe's relying on Russia for their gas.
Yeah, I know.
And yet,
Trump told them that.
And yet, we've got this great opportunity, or Canada's got this great opportunity as well, to send gas, to produce more gas. But and Australia to send more coal.
Yeah, yeah.
Play devil's advocate. We've got better coal than what
most of the world
has,
apart from Africa.
And yet Europe is now burning more coal.
Yeah,
to get through their energy crisis. And Australia could be exporting this at the moment.
I know. It's ridiculous. It's utterly ridiculous.
Plus, it's their problem to worry about with the greenhouse and the climate credits because they're the ones burning it. So.
It's pretty funny. I do love climate change, people. And I hate schools. I do like school children destroying teachers. And I've got a clip here. Are you ready for this one? I know you're really into the gender stuff and the he, she's, the it's. You brought in like that what is a woman clip recently. I've got something that sort of rivals it in a different way.
Excellent, okay.
Here we go. So this is a teacher talking about what happened in her school.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, TikTok, I really need your help here on this one. I'm a teacher. I teach 5th and 6th grade, and this morning, I don't know, somehow the concept of pronouns came up.
Okay, so 5th, 6th grade, pronouns.
Yeah.
Come on, very simple thing.
I refuse to put pronouns on my email signature.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
So, you know, I don't care.
It's not going to happen.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
One of my students said, well, Miss Odell, did you even ask me my pronouns? And I was like, whoa. I hadn't actually asked him his pronouns, and I had called him a him, and I said, I'm so sorry, I haven't actually called you.
Oh man, she's apologetic. She's doing the right thing. So I'm going to find them out.
Mm-hmm.
Good. Very proud of this teacher so far. What do you think? Very progressive.
Okay.
Very progressive.
I asked you what your pronouns are, and what are they? And he said, I'm sorry, Banana said, banana and rock. And I was like, dude, no, like, don't mess around with. I was actually really upset because I thought he was making fun of it. And in fact, I'm still pretty sure he was making fun of it. And, but they all agreed, no, like, you can choose anything. Banana, rock, if you want banana and rock to be a pronoun, banana and rock's your pronoun. Is it? TikTok, tell me.
I've been saying...
If you go back to my pronouns, Turch, which you've been misgendering me, it was triangle and square.
Oh, yeah, that's right. No, you messaged me yesterday and it was cunt and asshole.
Sorry, yeah.
Back to triangle and square, just for the show. Sorry, it's hard to keep up because when I'm talking to you, I call you by your pronouns. I've been mispronouncing you when you leave the house. I go, oh, that Kieran guy, and just like, no, it's Banana.
Banana, yeah. Banana is a great guy.
Oh,
it doesn't fucking make sense.
I just love how she's like, okay, I'm trying to be good, but the kid is like making fun of it, but they've all said like, that's it. So what do I do? She's like stuck within this little rock.
Banana and
rock.
That
place.
Kid is brilliant. That kid is going places.
Trolling.
Yeah.
Top tier trolling, so be very proud of that. You got any more news, guys? Got so much more.
I do. I've got another news article. It's coming up. American Airlines tries to explain creepy moaning sounds heard over plane's PA system.
Nice. It's a ghost.
American Airlines says the mechanical issue was responsible for strange sounds coming from the plane's public announcement system. A viral video posted on social media showed one passenger reaction to the strange sounds, describing it as somewhere between an orgasm and vomiting.
Those are two very different sounds.
They are two very different sounds. Was the person having an orgasm and vomit?
Oh, sorry, honey. That's awesome.
There was an announcement. Please be patient with us. We know it's a very odd anomaly, and none of us are enjoying it. So we do appreciate your attention for just a few more moments till we figure out how to turn it off.
Great.
If someone hacked or broke into the intercom system, that is hilarious.
Oh, that's pretty good. It's better than hacking into... That was going to be my joke for this intro thing. The man that hacked into Optus.
Oh.
Can you believe that? It's one guy. and he was breaking on a board, and everyone on that board, like some hacking board, was like, you're an amateur. You're shit. Why are you only asking for $1 million?
That is the first thing I heard when the ransom asked for $1 million. I was like, no, this has got to be like 50 to 100 million.
Oh, I would be asking for $1 billion.
Like
it's almost like Dr. Evil. $1 million. Like,
and of course, even if they are, they're going to negotiate you down.
Yeah, but now he's like stuck with 50K.
Also hilarious. There was we knew he didn't live in like Sydney because $1 million is not enough.
No,
yeah,
that's right. So he's obviously in like Adelaide, Darwin. You could buy the whole state.
I am an Optus customer.
Me too.
And no, I have not been hacked.
We got an email saying...
Oh, you've been hacked?
There's a potential, yeah.
Oh.
But it's our business account, so we're 3 steps removed. Because it's under the business.
Oh, my phone is also on the business. I've been with Optus since like 2012.
Me too.
I don't know. I haven't been hacked.
There you go.
So, life's good. I carry on.
Kieran, what's the most embarrassing thing you've ever done that earned you $15 million?
Most embarrassing thing I've done. Well, I've done a few embarrassing things.
But have you ever got $15 million?
I've never got $15 million,
okay.
Yeah.
I've got 2 stories here about celebrities in Hollywood, especially women celebrities in Hollywood, that we should never listen to again. In fact, they should just like, they should be poor forever.
Okay.
Bryce Dallas Howard, do you know who that is?
No.
She was in the new Jurassic Park films.
Well,
she's actually Ron Howard's daughter, so someone who's never experienced being poor.
Okay.
Said that for the latest Jurassic World Dominion film, she was asked to lose weight for the film.
I thought that was standard as actors. I thought it was like, can you put on weight or can you lose weight for this role? Because to me, they know what they want.
Yeah, and they're trying to fit like a character.
Like if they want someone black, you paint them black.
Yeah, that's right. You want an Asian guy, you get some sticky tape and you get those eyes down.
If you want an Italian, you put fur over them. That's it's just what you do.
You want a horse, you tape a bunch of cats together. That's
Yeah.
right. It's a whole series of things that are so she's just basically complaining for a film that she earned $12 million for, $15 million for, $10 million for, something stupid like that. A lot of money for like 6 months of work, which is not even. But she only got because of nepotism.
She's got to pay tax on that Turch. So now she's left with $6 million.
Oh, okay. Let's say even she got $3 million.
Hang on.
That.
And then after her, then she's got $6 million. She's got to pay her agent.
That's what, okay. Even if she got $3 million from
then she's got to pay like, I don't know.
And then she's got to pay her landlord. But her, like I said, her dad's like Ron Howard.
Yeah.
Happy Days. Whole bunch of films. Now she's only got these jobs because she's I can only ever see Ron Howard's face in that face now, but a semi-attractive looking woman, not a great actress.
Well, she's in fucking Jurassic World or whatever it is. Yeah.
So that's one, and here's the other one: Margot Robbie, Australian.
Yeah. Oh. She was in Wolf of Wall Street.
Wolf of Wall Street. Okay, so remember Wolf of Wall Street. Remember what happens to her in Wolf of Wall Street. A lot of things. Margot Robbie is now in the latest film about Barbie. She's did all the filming. It's coming out next year.
Now there's an actress that would lose weight.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
She's got nothing. She's just...
Yeah.
Anyway, but Margot Robbie was mortified by Barbie set photo leaks. Hundreds of people started to show up to set. So what she said at, people took photos of her on set in these clothing here, looking like Barbie, dressed like Barbie, all that sort of stuff. Leaked them out, and she was mortified to see people seeing her in those clothes.
Right, she was like naked in Wolf of Wall Street.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, and we saw
her pussy
in Wolf of Wall Street. Yeah, naked. A
Naked.
lot of getting fucked by Leonardo DiCaprio quite a bit in Wolf of Wall Street. She was in a very terrible Suicide Squad film and Batman film. But this, being in this outfit that you see here, which you will see in the film, I'm assuming, where she's the lead actress and being paid $12.5 million, taxes. This is the most embarrassing. Mortified. Do these people live in the real world?
No, they live in Hollywood.
And why do we listen to them?
Well, because they're famous. And they're in Hollywood.
You got any more news, Kieran?
And, it's that cycle of the
They're
press.
just really needy people. They're just really, really, they just need attention all the time. Attention.
Oh, that's why we do this podcast.
Yeah, well.
That's
my therapy session. We've discussed it many a time.
Now, I'm out of articles.
And I've got one more thing left,
right.
and it's your favourite woman in the world, the attention whore herself. It is Abbie Chatfield.
There we go.
We're going to I got a video. You're going to love a good video of Abbie Chatfield. We don't really do that very often. This is from Instagram, maybe TikTok. I don't know, but it says Instagram. Let's have a look. This is a couple of years ago. Let's see what Abbie's talking about.
I've been saying for weeks, nay, months, that 40% of men are pedophiles.
All right, we got through a good start.
Okay. That is, if true, a very shocking number.
Okay, so 2 of us in the room. So one of us is a pedophile.
According to Abbie.
According to Abbie.
Yeah.
Let's find out a bit more.
Fucking hell.
I'm learning. Here we go. 3 more.
Quote me on it. Maybe it's 40% of men in power. Maybe it's 40% of white men in power.
Do I have data? No, I do. Do I have evidence? Also no. Am I consistently proving to be right? Yes. Okay.
Of white men in power. Maybe it's 40% of celebrities. But there is a stat somewhere that almost half are f***ed. If you're verified, you're probably a pedophile.
There you go.
70% of stats are made up, Turch.
That's true, and 90% of people can attest to that.
Yeah.
Fuck, you got rid of a whole doctorate on fake stats.
Oh.
Can you believe that? Because someone that's in the public eye, like on a mainstream television, a mainstream radio, has said that, past and no one's bringing it up. Women can actually say anything.
I feel like if the roles were reversed, someone would be...
No, I'm sorry. And here's the thing that I hate about this the most. If Andrew Tate said that,
yeah,
it would be in the news.
Oh, yeah.
It'd be like, oh, 40% of women fuck dogs. Or 40% of women want to have sex with underage kids. He'd be like, what the hell is that? Okay, she tries to qualify by saying, men with power, mainly white men. Now, do you know what the Lord's Resistance Army is?
I know that about less than 1% of, males are pedophiles.
I think across the board it's 1%.
Yeah.
1%.
No, pedophilic tendencies.
Yes, that's right. That's right. Actual pedophiles is
And
way
that
less.
really doesn't matter what race you are, where you fucking live.
Okay, but she said about like white men.
Yeah.
Okay, do you know what the Lord's Resistance Army is?
No.
You do? Remember, that was a big campaign back in the day. What was it?
What political party do they fund?
Lord's... It's
I'm Googling.
Lord's Army was, what's it again? Joseph Kony. Remember that
Joseph Kony, yes. Kony.
Okay, so his group was called the Lord's Resistance Army. They were, front. They were basically a military army separatist group that would go into towns after killing the men, go into towns, kill the women, and either rape the women, rape the female women, or rape the female children, and conscript the boys. Now, pretty sure in that country, a lot of black men were raping kids. In fact, in parts of Africa, they think the way to cure AIDS is to have sex with the child.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, look, I understand that a lot of the Hollywood elite possibly do have sex with the children. But the statistic that she said was, in general, 40% of men are pedophiles. And as we've discussed many times on this show, it's pedophilic tendencies, maybe 1%. I think the Catholic Church released a stat. It was 1.5% of the things had pedophilic tendencies, which is basically the international standard.
Yeah.
But the people who actually act on it were those map podcasts that we reviewed ages ago. Remember those that might have attracted people?
Oh my God.
Those are pedophiles. 40% of men, no, just like young, fertile women, 18 and above. And the easy way, gentlemen out there, is to work out if a woman is too young for you. Is that you're half your age and you add 7. And that's the youngest woman you are allowed to date. Name any age.
I love it.
Do any age. Any age, just do it.
50.
50. Half your age, 25.
25.
Add 7.
32. There you go.
That seems pretty normal.
Yeah.
You say like, 30. Half it, 15.
15.
Too young. Add 7.
22.
Perfect.
10.
Half it, 5.
5.
Add 7. 12.
Oh.
See? Pretty good.
So 10-year-olds have to go higher.
That's right.
Yeah,
Keep it safe. 18.
Yeah. 9.
Add 7.
16.
16. Fine. Works every single time. That's how you do it, ladies and gentlemen. And with that, that's how I'm going to end my 200th episode of How the Youngest Woman That You Can Date. Kieran, I want to thank you
For 200 excellent episodes.
200 fucking episodes of the show. Who would have thought that we would get this far?
I was drunk, you were drunk. It was like, let's do a podcast. And then you turned up in my garage.
Look, this has survived the garage, my parents' house, this place here. It has survived Phillip Island trips. We've done weight loss competitions. We've done push-up competitions. We've done...
I've read numerous apologies.
We've had so many amazing guests on the show. We'll continue to have guests on. We've had Bangs on the show.
Yeah.
We've had Dan, our comedian.
Dan the Man.
Dan the Man. We've had Dan from AMR. We're going to continue to have amazing guests in the future. Amazing stories. Amazing comedy bits. And hopefully... you guys have all been listening with us, continue to listen with us, and let us know how we're doing.
Yeah, fantastic.
It's a fantastic. But if you'd like to get in contact with us, obviously, we're on all the social media, the Twitter, the Facebook, the Instagram, and you can obviously send us a review on Spotify, Facebook, Twitter, Spotify, iTunes, on all the other ones. And if you'd just like to get in contact with us, obviously you can DM us on all those social media platforms, but obviously you can email us at weonlydoontakepodcast@gmail.com. One quick plug is going to be my band Nordenprost is going to be playing at the Palling Brothers Brewery in Heathcote on the 22nd of October 2022. If you are around at about 8 o'clock, hey, we're going to be on stage playing a whole bunch of tunes. Kieran's there.
And I'll be drunk.
You'll be very drunk.
I'll be very drunk.
So will I. Come and get your merchandise signed. Kieran will have the spoons at the show. Kieran, thank you so much for 200 episodes.
Fuck yeah.
And we will see you. Here's 200 more.
200 more?
And we'll see you next Thursday.
Done.
Come on, man. Motherfuckers, guys, come on. Give me the 5-star rating, baby. Give me the 5-star. That's all I want, baby. That's all I want. I'll fuck all the beautiful girls in the goddamn world. They'll fuck a 10-star. I just want 5. 5, baby. Just 5.